So very good morning students. So in the previous class, so we discussed about a principle of reversibility and apparent depth. So in that apparent depth, one case is finished. The case will be when the object is in the radar medium, object is in the denser medium and the observer in the radar medium. So in that case we calculated the both apparent depth as well as the apparent shift, and related one problem also we finished. Now in this apparent depth again another second case is there, that is when the object is in the radar medium and observer in the denser medium. Suppose the observer is in the denser medium but the object is in the radar medium, then what will happen? See, in case of a object in the radar or denser medium, therefore the image is shifted up because the observer is in the radar medium. Now it is reverse, that observer is in the denser medium, object is in the radar medium. When the observer is observing the object from the denser medium, therefore the image will be shifted above the object. Same, it is same, but because it is a object in the denser medium is by that case the image is shifted up. Like that only if the object is in the radar medium, therefore the image will be shifted above the object. Let us, I want to show you the diagram also. Let us, you take a two mediums, this is the, you say medium 2 or you say denser it is, and it is you say radar medium, right? In this there will be given like this, it is a you say, and now the observer which is in the inside, right? So somewhere else is observing like this, clear? And there is an object, it is a O is the object, therefore the ray wire goes and which is incident on this at a normal like this. So that you say when there is an observer, therefore it is like this, but it is an original object height it is. So you say it is a y because it is on the y axis, no, already x is over, no, you take like this, so that again the image will be, it is look like from this. So it is, you say image is shifted, this is we can call apparent shift, and it is we can call as the apparent depth. So that we have to find both one you say apparent depth and one more you say like it is A and it is B, so that the ray is going from it is incident, no, you take as the incident angle is 1 and as well as the refraction angle is 1, so that it is a refraction, you say it is an incident angle I. Shall I take like this? It is also represented as R, so that in this here you take the incident angle is, it is also represented as I. So here refraction, no, this is also represented as R. So again you take here we have to find apparent depth, this will be represented as apparent height, you say apparent height it is, and here you say it is a shift, that is OI is the apparent shift and AI is the apparent height. So use the same again, two triangles, from triangle you take, that is O or AOB, AOB triangle, you take tan I which is equal to tan I, opposite is you say AB by it is AO. So actually angles are very small, sin I which almost equal to tan I we can. So sin I is equal to AB by AO, this you say equation 1. And in the same way you take a next triangle, that is from triangle which is represented, it is AIB is the triangle. From this AIB triangle you say again tan R is equal to, it is opposite, you say AB by it is AI. So that here again sin R which almost is equal to tan R because angles are very small. So sin R is equal to, it is AB by AI, equation 2. Very simple. In the previous also we did the same relation, then you take 1 divided by 2, so that we will get sin I by sin R is equal to, it is AB by AO by again AB by AI. So AB cancel, then sin I by sin R is equal to AI by AO. Of course sin I by sin R is nothing but that we know, it is a refractive index of a two mediums, because the couple of medium given, no, then mu is equal to AI by AO. Look at here, AI in the sense is it is apparent height, and AO is nothing but it is the real height. So here apparent height is equal to AI is equal to AO into mu. Simple. In the previous question, it is reverse, like it is a ratio we got, right? AI in the sense is apparent height, clear? That is AI is equal to AO is nothing but a real height, that is Y real, and it is refractive index of a medium. This is will be represented like this. Now we have to also find shift. See, shift in the sense is simple. You subtract from this and this will get the shift. So that you say apparent shift or apparent depth. Shift will be like this. That is, we should get OI, no? So that OI is equal to, from that you subtract AI minus, right? AI minus you say AO. So that it is AI is nothing but a mu real minus AO is nothing but a Y, or Y real also. So that it is equal to, you take a Y real is common, then mu minus 1. This is will be apparent shift. Here also you take the graph also again apparent height and real height. If you take apparent height and real height, again it is also directly proportional, which may be represented like this. Clear? Now you draw a graph between apparent height, that is, you say apparent height is directly proportional to real height. So the graph will be represented as a straight line. You take here apparent height, and it is you take a Y real, which may be tan theta. Slope will be represented. Therefore, tan theta is equal to, which we can say opposite, apparent height by real. This is related to when object is in the rarer medium and the observer is in the denser medium. Therefore, we may get the like this the question related answer. So actually on this basis we don't have any problems in our Telugu Academy textbook. Clear? You're right. See, another question is there based on the which one same, that apparent depth by real depth by that previous topic in the previous I told you, no, another question also given. So in the page number 63 from material, that is based on the case 1 in the previous class I told you. Again one more question is given. I will discuss you that problem also. I want to tell you. It is given in the material, page number 63, question number 2.16. It is an exercise problem. In the exercise this was given. Yeah, look at the question. Page number 63, and the question number will be 2.16. I'll read the question. A small pin fixed on the tabletop is viewed from above from the distance of 50 centimeter. By what distance would be the pin paper to be raised if it is viewed from the same point through a 15 centimeter thick of glass slab held parallel to the table? See, there is a question. I'll explain you clearly what is asking. A small pin is fixed on the table. There is a one pin is fixed on the table. Look at here, like one table is given. See, on this table, right, tabletop is viewed from the, a pin is fixed on the table. There is a one pin is fixed like this on the table from the above distance, from above from a distance of 50 centimeter viewed above like this. 50 centimeter is viewed. Clear? By what distance would the pin paper to be raised if it is viewed from the same point through the 15 centimeter thick of a glass. See, when we viewed through a eye without any glass, now is using a one glass, GLASS. The glass is thickness is given as 15 centimeter of a glass thickness is given, is used a glass, so that what will happen, the is parallel to the table, refractive index of a glass, for this glass is given mu is equal to 1.5 is given. Does the answer depend on the location of the slab? Is asking, is it depend on the location of the glass? Yeah, you remember the result is independent on the location of the slab. It is does not depends. We'll see. First of all, we should get the refractive index, I mean to say apparent depth, by using the 50 centimeter, actually given data you write first mu is equal to refractive index of a glass is given, and real depth, right? The real depth will be given is 15 centimeter. Okay, then therefore you take as mu is equal to real depth, that is x real by x apparent, right? So that mu is equal to, what will happen here, is a mu is given, you calculate x apparent will be, that is x real by mu. What is x real here? It is 15 by mu is given as 1.5, so that it is 150 by this, then we'll get the 10 centimeter it is, right? Now the distance at which the pin appear to be raised. Now how much it is to be appeared? The distance the pin appears to be raised, that we have to get, that is you say real depth minus apparent depth. Clear? Real depth will be, we know the given is 15, apparent depth just now we calculated 10, so it is 5 centimeter. So the result is independent of the location of the slab. It is independent, does not depend on the location of the slab. So this is related to question which is related to apparent depth question. Clear? And you go through this problem, then it is help you in the examinations. Right, now let us coming to the point is, there is another topic is there, that is about a lateral shift. Sir, what is mean by lateral shift? Shift in the sense is, when the ray of light is propagating, see there is a lateral shift, you write here lateral shift. See, apparent shift is over, apparent depth is over. Now here let us will move to the lateral shift. Lateral shift in the sense is, suppose a ray of light is propagating. See, there is a one given like this. You take a one slab of thickness, you say T, thickness of a slab, one glass slab. Here you take a one normal. Therefore, it is a medium of refractive index is, you say mu, and it is a medium of refractive index is another medium, no? You say some other medium. It is propagating from medium of two refractions at the boundaries it is takes, because it is propagating from one medium to another medium. The ray of it is, you say air is the medium and is a glass thickness. Suppose the ray is incident like this at an a normal, which makes an angle, incident angle is I. It is a ray of light incident at a point like this. Now it is when propagating from rarer to denser medium. Yes, of course we know, when rarer to denser medium, therefore light is bends towards a normal. So that it is bends towards a normal, better you take like this, this is you extend like this onto this. Therefore the ray is which is bends towards a normal like this. It bends, and it is again it is incident at the, because there is a emergent ray also will get, because it is given a thickness of a glass plate, thickness is given T, here which making an angle refraction is R. Here again you draw a one normal, and here also it makes an angle is same, whatever here angle is there, no, that same it is makes, and again it is propagating from denser medium to rarer medium like this, which is bends away from. It is we can call as the emergent ray. Ray will be emergent, but you see here there is a shift will be. What will be the shift? Originally the ray will goes like this, no? Yes, this is we can say like this. And there is a normal, it is we can say one normal drawn onto the original ray. So this is we can call as a deviation, right? The deviation will be we can say I is greater than r, no? So that I minus r we can. So this point x is we can call as the normal shift, or we can say lateral shift. There is a perpendicular is drawn from the emergent ray to extended incident ray, which we can call as the shift, lateral shift. Suppose you take the given letters, you take A it is, the given is, you say M it is, you say P it is, and this will be you take a Q. And again here also want to draw a normal, again it is bends like this, clear? And here it is delta is equal to I minus r, which is extended like this, so that the perpendicular distance between the incident ray extended and the refracted ray is called as a lateral shift. The perpendicular distance between the incident ray and the refracted ray is nothing but we can call, there is a gap, there is a shift, because original the ray will be goes like this, but because of the mediums of refractive index the ray is bends towards. So there will be a we are getting some gap. The gap will be called as a lateral shift. Lateral shift. Now that shift we have to get, see, by using the two triangles. Let us you take a first one from here. It is O from triangle. Let us you take like this from triangle APQ. Let us you take a from triangle APQ. From this triangle we know I minus r. This is will be actually angle. This is represented as perpendicular, opposite it is, and this is will be, because it is perpendicular, no, it represented as a hypotenuse. So that by using that you take as angles are sine, you take sine I, right? Because angle of incident is I minus r, no? I minus r is equal to, it is opposite is, you say x directly you take, because we want to get that one. So that you write it is O AP, you take as AP, so that your AP sine of I minus r is equal to x. This is you say equation 1. From triangle is APQ. And the same way you take another triangle from triangle, that is you say ANP. So here refraction is given, no? By using this refraction, now again you get here from there you get a cos, that is you can say here it is given like it is right, from cos r you take, cos r is equal to, it is adjacent, you say NA by, it is hypotenuse, no, AP it is, right? From it is AP is equal to NA by cos r, but NA is represented as T, no? So that here you write AP is equal to T by cos r, equation 2 you see. Now from these two expressions, very simple, here AP, you substitute AP, now substitute 2 in 1, this here you substitute, T by cos r is into sine of I minus r is equal to, you say x. So T of sine of I minus r by cos r will be represented as the lateral shift. Lateral shift, clear? In this case you also take like this. Suppose if I take a like this, here r value, this r value, or it is cos r is equal to you say r, and sine of I minus r is equal to you say I minus r. So that T into I minus r by r is equal to you say x. So that T into I by r minus 1 is equal to x. This is also the final x we can take like this. From this you also write here x is equal to, right, x is equal to, we can take like this. From this also T of I minus r by r is equal to x. Suppose this r value is equal to 1, then T into I minus r is equal to x. So this is the final answer, and you want to take a I common. You want to take a I common, because it is we can also write I, if I take a I common, therefore 1 minus r by I is equal to x. But we know mu is equal to I by r, no? Then therefore the final will be, it is T I into 1 minus mu into x. This is will be the lateral shift. Yes, we can take lateral shift. This is also but we can also take this is also, we can also take this is also. T is the thickness, I is the incident angle, 1 minus mu, mu is nothing but a refractive index of a two mediums, is equal to x. Clear? This is related to lateral shift. Once you go through this, okay. So in this also again you draw a one graph related to lateral shift. I will give you one graph based on this. There is a one graph is given between lateral shift and the angle of incident. You draw a graph between lateral shift, the graph is between lateral shift x and angle of incident, that is I. You draw a graph, the graph will be represented, it is on the y axis, you take a lateral shift x and here you take an angle of incident. The graph will be represented as to be, here it is represented as to be like this. So in this case what happens, this is represented as this thickness, clear, and here it is represented as angle of incident will be I. So this is the graph is represented between a lateral shift and the angle of incident. Okay, the variation of lateral shift versus angle of incident, the graph will be represented like this. Clear? It is related to lateral shift and as well as angle of incident graph. So this is the actually today's class, and we'll see in the next class. Thank you very much. Thank you.